Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the next installment of Tactica Outnumbered videos, which follow the Fortress Monastery blog posts on the same subject. This time we're talking about Codex Biker armies. This is the Codex Space Marines Codex. Open it to one of the picture pages with the salamanders and the white scars. We're going to focus on the white scars as we're talking about biker armies. Now, the poster child, I guess, for Codex Space Marines, by that I mean ones in this codex itself, is the White Scars. The Red Templars are also kind of featured as a biker-heavy army. But anyway, the Fortress Monastery post goes into detail a bit about unit composition, I think, if I remember correctly. It also goes into some war gear differences between the Raven Wing and this one. The Raven Wing post itself goes into more war gear differences, so I'm just going to touch on playing this army a bit and stuff like that. For those of you who are wondering what entails a Space Marine biker army, well, for this codex it requires either Kor'sarro on a bike or any captain, generic captain on a bike, to get the mounted assault rule, I think is what it's called. And then it entails everything being on a bike or a land speeder. This is a Salamander's land speeder, but just to show you what a land speeder looks like. And it's not focused. There we go. So, like I said, HQ wise, I mean, before I continue, that's for a fluff heavy biker army. I've seen people take Vulcan with a White Scars army, or a White Scars-esque army, like a biker army. Put him with some Terminators and in a drop pod or something like that. And he leads them in addition to a biker, a captain biker, I believe. But yeah, so that's not fluffy, that's more power gaming, which is fine. You know, twin link your meltas on attack bikes and whatnot is very nice. But the traditional army is bikes and speeders and scout bikes with it, of course. So HQ, Kor'sarro on a bike, and I like him better off the bike because he fits in with my own successor chapter of Dark Angels using this new codex. He fits into one of like a battle company commander for outflanking. Anyway, on a bike he's 205 points, I believe, because I believe he's the same points as Samael. But and he lets you have biker troops, which are these guys right here, and he has his own unique war gear, like a bike that lets him run, I believe fleet. He has a sword that instant kills on a 6, and it's a power sword. He has Furious Charge and Hit and Run that he confers to any squad he joins, which is very nice. So he's pretty nice. Some people don't like him because of his chapter tactics, which gives you outflank, which only lets you outflank, so you have to put them in reserve, and it does it for dedicated transports also. But basically, it's not scout. It just gives you the outflank rule. So Raven Wing have the advantage on that, and that they have scout. If you're trying to weigh advantage and disadvantage, because they can outflank and they have the ability to get a free move. But aside from that, the Kor'sarro Khan is very good. I mean, he's fine. But if you don't want to field a White Scars army, or one that counts as Kor'sarro Khan, you can always make your own generic captain. And the nice thing is, for 10 points or so extra, you can get a captain on a bike with Artificer armor, a Relic Blade, Storm Shield, and even Hellfire rounds for his bolter, because it works on the bike bolter, which is nice. Lets him, so he has high strength in the assault, he has the ability to wound pretty much any non-vehicle model in the shooting. He's pretty effective, and he gives you the ability to have biker troops. It's only the captain, not the librarian, not the chaplain, not the master of the forge, not the chapter master, only the captain. So you can also take a command squad, a full-blown command squad, which you can't do in a Raven Wing, but I'll get to that in Raven Wing in its own video, and that's nice. So, and then you can put the other HQs on a bike, so you can have 2 HQs. But in order to take a command squad, you have to take a captain, and then they can be given a bike, which is nice. I believe a full bike squad is 8 bikes and an attack bike for a total of 10 marine models. If you think about it, it's 2 marines and the attack bike, so you got 10. And you have to take a minimum of 5-man bike squads to be troop choices, which is, you know, nice because you want a nice size thing. Most people, I think, go for the full size because then you can combat squad. Other than that, they got the standard upgrades. Yeah, that's about it. One thing you do get that you don't get in Ravenwing is attack bike squadron. So I suggest taking at least 1 attack bike squadron and always giving your attack bike multi-meltas. You can deal with infantry well enough with regular bikes. But you have a hard time dealing with vehicles in a biker army, especially at long distances. You only really get multi-meltas and a missile launcher now with the new Typhoon missile launcher land speeders, which I also suggest taking because they can fire the frag missiles, which count as defensive weapons. They can still fire the heavy bolter. Anyway, take the attack bikes, take a full squad of 3 with multi-melta, because think about it. When you roll 1 dice, you have a good chance of missing. You have the same statistics per dice, but when you roll 3 dice, chances are, unless you roll like me or you're just having a bad roll, 1's going to hit. And that may be all you need once you get close to a vehicle, especially on side armor. With a multi-melta, get within 12 inches, boom, pop vehicles every time you shoot at them with that squad. They can also hurt Carnifexes, you know, pretty much just do stuff like that. They're your answer to most things. Same thing with land speeders. You want to keep them moving, keep them shooting. I suggest a Typhoon missile launcher. I've always liked it, even before they got the new rules. The assault cannon is also nice. One thing you can do is you can give all 3 in that 1 land speeder squadron all the weapons, which is very nice. You can't do that with Ravenwing, in case you're wondering. As for scout bikes, with the new rules, I haven't used them yet. I haven't really seen them being used. They have potential. I do like them. But pretty much, if you can fit them, I try them out at the very least. They seem well enough. I do know of some pretty nice tactics with them, but that's for another day. Also, in case you're wondering, I know this white scar shows drop pod, rhino, and scouts. That's fine. I mean, that's fluffy white scars. They're not just fully, purely devoted to bikes and stuff. I mean, they kind of are, but at the same time they're not. They have tactical squads, I'm sure, and stuff like that, as you can see. But we're talking about biker pure armies, so none of these guys, and none of those. As for land speeder storms, they don't really fit in here. I mean, you could put a 5-man scout squad and make them mobile, you know, sit them on objectives or whatnot. That's up to discretion of the player. Pretty much, these guys, you gotta remember, these guys move fast, and since they're not fearless, they also fall back fast. So even if you're within the halfway up the table edge, you can fall back off the table edge if you roll high enough on your fallback. So you gotta be careful. Also, 24 inches shooting is pretty big because you can do it all the time. Remember, bikes are relentless. So a good tactic is moving in angles. You learn how to do angles of attack without exposing yourself to unwanted fire from a certain area of the board. But when you do that, it forces your opponent to move to you, and then allows you to redeploy. So you can go, and also exposes vulnerable side armor easier, and you have the speed to do it. So you zip out 12 inches on an angle, get into firing distance while keeping them far enough away so they can't assault. This gets tricky with other fast assault units, but it works pretty well. If you play this army, be prepared to lose in the beginning, or at least not win very well in the beginning, until you learn how to do the movements down. Because honestly, this is a tough army to play. It's also tough to crack. But once you start taking wounds, the army is gonna fall apart. It's small. It's strong but small, and then once it starts taking wounds, it starts taking wounds, and it pretty much falls apart. So that's pretty much it. Next up is Ravenwing for Tactica Outnumbered. Don't know when that'll be up, but it'll be up sometime in the future. So until the next one, take it easy.